Hi guys, it's Sydney with another video. Before I get started, I just want to talk about this channel and its schedule. So I'm planning to post a video every Wednesday and every Sunday, and that might get a little challenging because of school and all the work that I have, but I'm going to do my best to keep that schedule, and if something needs to be changed, I'll let you know. So, also, my favorite science I mentioned is biology. However, in biology, my favorite is genetics. So I will make a lot of videos about genetics, but I'll try to kind of space them out so you guys aren't like overwhelmed with that, which is why last video I did a video on bacteriophages, but this time I'm going to do a video on genetically modified organisms, which is what GMO stands for, so I will write that down for you. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to talk to you about. So now we can get into the video. So as I said, GMO stands for genetically modified organism. And what does this mean? Genetically modified means that, let's say we have an apple. Whatever genes that it is originally formed with, the scientists will go in and swap out those genes with something that is preferred, such as genes that will make it grow bigger, or anti-pest, anything of that nature. So why do I think that they aren't that bad? Well, there's many reasons, but first I think that we need to talk about how to form a genetically modified organism. So let's say we have corn. So our corn here, we want that to have some sort of gene that will prevent pests from eating it and destroying the crop. So what will we do? Well, we will take a gene from anything, maybe a virus. It could be another corn, but let's say we're taking it from a virus. And we're going to take that gene and put it inside something called a plasmid. Now, a plasmid is a piece of circular DNA that comes from a bacteria. So let's say this is the gene that I took from the virus, and I put it right here in this plasmid. Now this plasmid will work to copy the gene and help us to bombard the corn cells with that specific gene so that it will be anti-pest. These type of crops are called Bt crops. And the Bt stands for Bacillus thuringiensis, and that is a bacteria that has the gene, that will prevent these bugs from getting to this crop. So this is helpful because farmers will not have to use harmful sprays that could be damaging to their lungs. And it's helpful because it makes the whole process of getting these crops less expensive. Now you may be thinking, aren't pesticides dangerous? So if we have corn that has this gene that is basically a built-in pesticide, if we eat that corn, isn't that dangerous for us? And the answer is no. So why is this not dangerous for humans, but it will kill a bug such as an ant? It's because this gene knows that when it sees an ant, it has a different digestive tract than humans. So it will only attack that digestive tract. So we're actually not being put in harm from these built-in pesticides. Also, this is extremely helpful to us, these GMOs, because it can provide more antioxidants, vitamins, and so many other things that will help our health. Another reason why this is important is because GMOs can help plants avoid many death factors. So for example, let's say we have this corn. Recently, we've been having a lot of climate change. So we've been having a lot of rain and also a lot of drought. So what these genes inside of this crop can do is they can help the plant be more strong against all this climate change and more resistant to its harmful effects. Also, there's a lot of different types of diseases that can exist in plants. Like, for example, in Hawaii, there was the papaya ring spot disease, where it had a lot of these rings, and that would basically kill off the crop, and it almost killed the papaya industry in Hawaii. However, with GMOs, they were able to destroy all of these factors that cause this disease and have plants that are basically inoculated from the beginning of their growth, because they have a vaccine inside of them that will prevent them from getting this disease. This also helps to promote agricultural sustainability, because it will prevent many industries from dying out, such as the papaya industry, as I just mentioned, because as the population increases, our food supply will also need to increase. And if we have all these different types of plants dying and all these crops that cannot be edible, then we could use GMOs to prevent that and allow for more foods to thrive and survive. Then there is nitrogen. Nitrogen, as you know, is a gas which makes up about 70% of our atmosphere. So when you say that you're breathing air, it's really mostly nitrogen. Nitrogen is used in a lot of fertilizers. However, if you put too much fertilizer, it can seep into the ground and it can get into the groundwater. So let's say we have the nitrogen here in our groundwater. That's extremely harmful because that causes climate change, which, as we've stated, is extremely dangerous. So what these plants can do is they can collect their own nitrogen here in their leaves with these GMOs, and therefore not have to get it taken through a fertilizer, and that would put it into the groundwater. So that avoids climate change. There's also carbon. Carbon is another element that is existing a lot in our atmosphere recently and is also causing climate change as well because of the greenhouse effect, where if this is planet Earth, we have our little atmosphere here, and it's keeping in all of the heat. The carbon molecules will attach to the heat. Carbon dioxide and also other gases such as water vapor and methane will keep in the heat that the Earth is trying to radiate out, so it comes back in, and that's what's causing the climate change. So what we can do with these GMOs is we can take a tree, for example, and program genetically this tree to want to take in more carbon, which will then cause it to give off more oxygen because of photosynthesis. It takes in carbon dioxide and gives off oxygen. And that would not only reverse the effects of climate change, but also provide more oxygen for us and create a cleaner, healthier environment. Now, there are some people that believe that GMOs are not good because of something called gene flow. So, I'll show an example of what gene flow is. Let's say we've got, that's not a farm. Let's say we've got farm A, and this is farm B. Farm B is a GMO farm. Farm A is a non-GMO farm. So at farm B, they are growing GMO corn, and at farm A, they are growing regular corn. So let's say we have a little bee. Now this bee will pollinate these corn plants. So what it will do is it will go to the GMO plant, take some pollen from that, and then it will go to the non-GMO, fertilize that plant with that pollen from the GMO plant, and that will cause GMO plants to be created on farm A. And some people that are against GMOs think that this is bad because they think GMOs are more dangerous for people. However, many studies have shown that GMOs and non-GMO plants have no difference in the amount of risk that they provide to your health. If anything, GMO plants are healthier because we can program them to give you more nutrients that you need. So, to summarize, GMOs are not dangerous, and we should not look at them as if they are, just because we are scared of gene editing. We should embrace these GMOs and use them to help society and our planet, and save it from climate change. So that's all I have today. Yep, come back next Wednesday. And then next Sunday for another video. So, yeah, thank you. Bye.